modeling when I was 14 years old. I was doing photo shoots and runway and just a whole bunch of classes and stuff. My first magazine I did was Magpie Darling, and that's a London magazine, and I was on the cover. My biggest job that I've ever done was a campaign that I just did in Milan, and it's for Jaune Fouille. It landed in magazines all over the world. I mean, Vogue Italia and Marie Claire Italia, Love magazine, Heart magazine. That was probably my biggest accomplishment, which was a feel good. There's many struggles in the modeling industry. I mean, I've had to go through many things. Eating disorders, drug abuse, depression, anxiety. I have really low self-confidence now just because of the industry. They kind of tear you apart. I got called fat straight to my face, and ever since then, like, I've been really self-conscious. I'm 6'1.5", and I mean that's really tall for a model, but because I'm so tall and because my features are so unique, that's why I guess I was able to do it for, well, they tell me that I'm still able to do it, but they want me to lose 40 pounds. Started my cleanse today, which means no food for a week. So, I mean, that's probably not good. But I'm going to see if I can try and lose a little bit of weight and see if they'll take me as that. But I won't get near as skinny as what I was. They told me that my arms were chubby and my thighs were big and my hips were big. And you could see that I had gained weight in my face. I probably only weighed like 130, 135 max. When I was down to my skinniest, I weighed 123, and for 3 consecutive months, like the first month I completely stopped eating. Like I would only drink water and peppermint tea and chew gum, and that was it. After that, I had started eating again, but my body, like, I just wasn't hungry, and I obviously had in my mind how skinny I wanted to be, so I would do anything to be the size that I wanted to be. So I guess you can call it an eating disorder. I honestly felt so beautiful, like, because in the industry, you'll go to your agencies or whatever, and you'll be like this sickly skinny, you know, but you don't know it because they're like, oh, you're so beautiful, like, this is what we want, like, you're a size 0, a size 2, like, this is perfect, you can model anything, you can do anything, you know. And I didn't know how skinny I was or how sick I actually was, no, because nobody told me. I mean, guys, they'd be like, oh, you're so disgusting, you're so skinny, blah, blah, but I just thought, you know, like, oh, I'm not like normal size, or like, you know, like, I don't have curves or anything, so that's what they look for, you know what I mean? So, but my parents, they were just trying to be supportive, so they never really told me how thin I was, so I didn't see it. And when I looked in the mirror, I thought I was normal. Like, this is what I'm supposed to be, you know? I felt beautiful. I had never felt so beautiful in my life because every single person that I was around at the time was like, you're perfect. All of us girls would talk about, like, oh, what do you do to lose weight? Or like, how did you get down to your skinniest? How do you tone your thighs like that? Like, how do you make your bones stick out like that? You know what I mean? And so I was told by one of these Russian girls to start smoking. That was the first thing. And so I had started smoking. And my other roommate, she would eat her food and then she'd spit it in a cup, and she'd like leave these cups all around the house and like just of like chewed food. It was disgusting. There was this one girl, she told me to eat cotton balls because when you eat a cotton ball, it like expands in your stomach and then you don't feel hungry, and you're not getting food, so it's like you're not gaining weight from it. Honestly, I think every single girl is probably, like, every single model is probably struggling from some type of mental disorder. Like, for me, for instance, I have depression and anxiety to the point where it's crippling and I have to be on medication, and if I'm not on medication, then shit hits the fan. like, am I allowed to say that? I need it to be able to live my life. Since I'm bigger right now and they told me that I have to lose 40 pounds to be able to model again, that's been really hard for me because I haven't been this size since I started modeling, and I feel like disgusting and horrible about myself. I have no self-confidence at all. If you don't have thick skin at all, don't do it, because you won't survive. You honestly won't. They tear you down to the point where you don't even know who you are anymore. I've lost tons of friends because of it, just because people, they think when you say that you think that you're fat, they get pissed at you because they're like bigger than you, and then they're like, oh, you're just saying that, whatever, it's just an attention thing. It's like, no, like, honestly, my my confidence has just dropped, like, 100%. I can say that I'm not confident in my skin, like, at all. And one day I was in Paris, and I was at a casting, and they literally slapped my butt, and they were like, oh, big ass. I was like, oh, thanks. Yeah. Literally, like, my body was just a pole. Like, I didn't have no boobs, I didn't have no butt. And now it's like, now that I actually have it, I'm like, imagine if they saw me now, they would probably have a fucking heart attack and die. Like, they would be like, what is wrong with you? Like, how did this happen? How did you gain 40 pounds in 4 months? Well, you know what? It happens when you break your arm and you go into depression, and you actually eat, and you can't exercise every day because of your injury. Like, I'm sorry that I wasn't busting my ass running down the friggin' stairs. Almost a month ago, I completely lost it. Like, completely lost it. I was like, yeah, I'm fat now, you know, my life's over, I'm not gonna model again, you know, there's no way that I can lose this weight, it's just stupid, like, what they expect of me, and what you see on TV and what you see in magazines, like Victoria's Secret Angels, whatever, you wanna do that, go right ahead, but it's not all glamorous. I don't know, is it really worth having eating disorders and getting mental disorders because of what people are telling you and what you expect of yourself, what they expect of you? Right now, I'm just kind of like taking a break from everything and just trying to figure out what I want to do. I'm told that I'd be a good motivational speaker to girls who have eating disorders, to girls who are bullied in high school, who are bullied in general, actually. Just tell them, you know, like, it gets better. It might not seem like it right now, but once you hit the bottom, like, you can only go up from the bottom. And I can say that from experience, that's for sure.
La 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 la. So gone. Bring out the glass tables with the 707 now.